So y'all may know about Logan Paul and all the things he's done, and his brother Jake Paul and all the things he's done. But what do y'all know about the rest of his family? There may be some things you don't know, and some things you may find to be a bit surprising. I'm his uncle, Barry Powell, so all this information is 100% accurate. For example, did you know that the Paul brothers are distant relatives of Les Paul of the guitar fame? Or that their granduncle is Ron Paul? Or that Aaron Paul is their second cousin? Surprising, right? Well, I've got more information for y'all. For example, they've got a sister they never talk about, Eunice Paul. Now, Eunice was never at the family gatherings, and I always wonder why. Turns out she's one of them vegetarians, and the sight of meat just made her sick. Well, the sight of vegetarians makes me sick. They've also got an older sister, Teresa Paul. Now, Teresa's a very pretty lady. I cannot help but notice, okay? She tend to give me the naughty thoughts, but you know what? I love my wife. I've been faithful, and I love her till the day she dies. And before you start screaming incest, well, I'm Logan's Paul uncle by marriage, okay? We ain't blood relatives. I just thought I'd clear that up right now. The last name being the same is a coincidental, okay? 'Cause my wife, Linda Lou Paul, she's a strong, independent woman who'd never change her last name for no man. Well, her mammy's a stickler for tradition, so as a compromise, she found herself a man's same last name as her. Now, it's slim pickings, so she got stuck with me. I'm the winner in this relationship, and she reminds me of that every single day. Anyways, they got themselves a younger sister, Maddie Powell, and no one really likes Maddie. She cries all the time. Me and my wife thinks it's because she ugly and she knows it. Hopefully she develops some sort of athletic ability, or else the world's just gonna be so hard for her. Now we move on to their adopted brother, Kaiichi Powell. Kaiichi came right from Korea as a little boy. Doesn't speak a word of Korean, but he barely speaks any English either. Most of it's just millennial nonsense, just like his brothers. Well, he mostly just flashes gang signs at me. I don't like Kaiichi Powell. We don't talk much. Then of course you got Pop Powell. Now there ain't nothing interesting about him. Then their mammy, that Getty Powell. She owns that Getty Images website. I don't know what that is, but I'm told it's important. Then you've got Grand Powell. Now he's married obviously to old Graeme Powell, who was in a death metal band for 3 years called the Paulette Express of Death. They had one popular song called Slammy Grammy, but they kind of fizzled out after the drummer stole all their equipment, moved to Ecuador. Or was it the equator? What was it? Oh, never mind, it was Guam. Their cousin, my darling young one, James Powell, he turned himself into a tomato every time he walked outside. It's embarrassing. I've disowned him completely. He owes me $5. Now we've moved on to Dick Paul. Dick here's a little shyster. He tried to rob a bank down in Texas. Now everybody knows if you're going to rob a bank, you don't rob a bank in Texas. No one has seen or heard from him in 28 months. Now, his sister Pam Paul, she's just as bad. Okay, she's married to a man named Pete Paul, and he always looked 12 years old, even though he's 35. Basically, she only married him for his money. Everyone knew that, but he fell for her charms anyway. Well, he lost his job working as a snake milker because they found out he'd been literally milking the snakes instead of extracting their venom, what snake milkers are supposed to be doing. Anyway, he lost his job, and she left him within 2 days, just whoop, up and gone. Funnily enough, he's rich now as an entrepreneur. He started his own animal milking farm, and she's now living in an apartment down in Louisiana telling people fortunes for $10 a pop. Everyone knows she a phony, but she serve everybody tea when she reads their fortunes, and I guess she make great tea. Apparently, it's the kind of milk she uses. Then you've got Darius Paul. I forget how he's related, but I never like him either. He's just too perfect, right? You know what I'm talking about. These people, they're always in a good mood no matter what. Always smiling. Yeah, he's hiding something. It's only a matter of time before the Paul family adds another scandal to its history. Probably eats children or sacrifices live ducks to Cthulhu. Now, he got himself a little boy named Jimothy Paul. Kid gives me the willy jillies. That's all I got to say about him. Anyway, Davy Powell's a pedophile, Max Powell's a serial rapist and also a pedophile, Delilah Powell's a 47-year-old makeup artist who disguised herself as a child to get close to them because she's a pedophile, Mary Powell's a murderer, Mort Powell's an animal torturer, Hank Powell's a people torturer, Patricia Powell's an extortionist, Barry Powell cheats at poker, Frederick Powell plays Dungeons and Dragons, Gertrude Powell eats hair, Greta Powell's an android, and Sandy Powell, well, Sandy Powell's actually doing pretty well. She owned a bank in Texas. Now that you know a little bit more about the Powell family, hopefully you can understand these fine young gentlemen a bit more. And hopefully they start to share their internet money with their fun-loving Uncle Barry, who practically raised them and his own children when they was young, while their moms work all day and at night and the daddies on the business trips all the time, who change their diapers. A little bit of money wouldn't hurt. My wife needs that surgery to make her tatas bigger. It's a health issue, okay? She has balance problems. I can't get insurance to understand. I'm just asking for a bit of help, you ungrateful little pieces of